Hello and welcome back to Green Out Tarot. My name is Ivy, and in today's video we are doing the June monthly for Aries. Hello my Aries, how are we doing? I hope we've had a very good May. I hope we're looking forward to what is coming in June. June is going to be a very intense month for a lot of us. We do have eclipse season in June. We also have Mercury retrograde, so there's a lot going on. A lot of things coming back from the past, and a lot of old opportunities coming back as well. So let's see what you guys have got. So first card, overall energy for the month of June for my Aries. We have, oh nice, card number 39 with Guardian Sword, Freedom. Look at you guys, Aries, freeing yourself. What are you freeing yourself from? We have the Ship, a journey, progress, and a reward for you. We have card number 46 with Death. That's not freedom, I don't know what is. We have Dionysus with merrymaking. We have card number 19, your personal power. This is Jupiter and Leo. We have the Ancestor of Hope. Card number 43 with Flora. This is flourishing potential. So this is all about growth and talent and birthing new potentials, innovations, children, things of that nature. We have the 11th house. The 11th house is Aquarius ruled. It's known as the house of blessings. It's all about friends, community groups, social circles, humanitarian outlets, excuse me, other people's children, technology, social media to that affront, things of that nature. Oh yeah, look, there's the opposite. We have the third house. The third house, card number 54, Gemini ruled. This is the house of communication. So there's definitely some sort of communication going on in the month of June for you guys. 11th house tells me that this could be something over social media, because 11th house and third house kind of have that kind of social media kind of presence there. The 11th house specifically is about the internet, and anything found over the internet. But because the third house is about communication, these days we do tend to communicate more through our social media outlets, through texts and cell phone calls. So it can also be about that as well. So definitely seeing a really strong emphasis on communication here through social media. The third house is also about your early education. It's about siblings, neighborhood matters, short local transport, and transportation. And then we have card number 44 with Chaos. This is the inescapable void. How's that for a title? It's all about temptations, addictions, over authority, your greatest personal battle. So I definitely see you overcoming something this month and finally saying enough is enough and gaining the freedom that you want. Coming into your personal power and going, I've had enough of this, it's time to move on. You're ending this really potent cycle here. It could be... oh my gosh, what is going on? Whenever I do videos, my throat likes to do this. It's crazy. Let me talk. Okay, so, you know, for some of you, it could be to do with addictions, so things like gambling, alcohol, drugs, take it how it resonates, guys. Like TV, even you could be watching too much TV, you could be wanting to do a bit of a social media cleanse, or you want to, yeah, like a technology cleanse. You might want to like, there's something here that you're like gaining your power back over, because I feel as though it had its power over you, and you're going, not anymore, and you're taking your power back, and you're you know, you're doing it on your terms. You're freeing yourself here. You're no longer allowing this to have the pull and the sway over you like it used to. I love that, Aries. Well done. Oh. Let's get into your tarot. Let's see what we've got here. We have the Star card. Nice. The Eight of Wands in reverse. The Death in reverse. The Death in reverse. The return of something old. The Eight of Wands in reverse. That we don't want to move. What's this? Spirit's bringing something back for you to look at, for you to review. The moon in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles. And the Devil. There's that devil I was looking for. This is the temptations. This is the addictions, the temptations, the things that you've been battling against. Shown here is this giant robot. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. So Spirit's bringing something back for review. Basically it has to do with whatever it is here that you thought you had like overcome, you dealt with, you moved on from. You hadn't quite dealt with it properly, or there was something about it that still has to be brought to the light. So it's coming back for review. It's coming back for you to have another look at it, because the moon in reverse, this tells me that this, like, the moon is about secrets, lies, deception, right? But it's also about illumination, right? It shows us the secrets, it shows us the lies, it shows us what we haven't been looking at properly, what we've missed. And so Eight of Pentacles, I see you having had worked very hard, very diligently on this, right? On beating this, on ending this. It's coming back for review. Another thing with the Eight of Pentacles sitting here, Aries, is that you may be a bit of a workaholic. And that's being brought to the light. You're going to realize just how much you work. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. They kind of pop that saying into my head, and whenever they do, I always take a second look at my cards, because I'm like, okay, what have I missed? Because that always indicates a workaholic. When I get told that, it indicates workaholic. So some of you, yeah, absolutely. Some of you have always kind of been like, I'm not a workaholic, don't be stupid. I think you're going to realize you're a bit of a workaholic and you need to take a bit of a break. Sun in reverse. Eight of Cups. The Knight of Wands. The Three of Swords. Temperance in reverse. The Ace of Cups. I honestly think this is something that you need to review very diligently. I definitely think this is something you need to address, because otherwise you're gonna, if you're a workaholic, you're gonna get burnt out really soon. Like, you're gonna just burn out, and then you're gonna be upset at yourself because you didn't realize you were burnt out. I think this is the wake up call before it gets too late and you can't do anything about it, because it's like you're at that tipping point. Like, if you keep ignoring this, you're gonna fall over. You will literally fall over, and then by then it'll be too late, right? Because it takes a long time to get over exhaustion. I think it takes longer than you realize to get over exhaustion. It can take over a year for some people, right? Exhaustion is a serious thing, and I think you're overexerting yourself, and you need to kind of gain that wake up call before it's too late. Because you've been sitting here wondering why you're so unhappy. The Sun is unhappiness, the Eight of Cups is walking away from things, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. There can be anger, frustration. That's the frustration. The Three of Swords, the Temperance in reverse, and I think you need to spend a bit of time in self-care here, Aries. I think this is really the important lesson for you this month, is that you spend a bit of time here in self-love and self-care. That you sleep in on the Sunday. Let me rephrase it. That you sleep in on the weekend. That you know, if you're unwell, you take sick days. I think that you just constantly go to work. Like, you're always working. You need to kind of look after yourself a little bit. The Five of Cups in reverse. I learnt that one the hard way. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. The Queen of Wands in reverse. I kind of get this. Like, I've been here. I've done that. Don't do it. Self-care, guys. Self-care is very important. Love yourself first. Love yourself first. Look after yourself first. Sleep in if you're still tired. Sleep in. Spend the day in bed if you want to. Like, honestly. When it's knock-off time, you go home. You don't stay and work. Three of Pentacles, because you do everything yourself. Like the Three of Pentacles, you don't ask for help, you do everything yourself. Ace of Wands in reverse. The Six of Pentacles in reverse. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. I keep getting the feeling as though you feel as though you don't trust anyone. It's very much like, if I don't do it, no one will do it. Or if I don't do it, it's not going to be up to my standard, right? It's not going to be up to the level that I, you know, the perfection I deserve. What's the word I'm looking for? The kind of, it's not up to my level, right? It doesn't get up to scratch if it's not done by me. There's a need to kind of soften up here and to kind of delegate to others and to allow others to have to and allow others to step up, because doing things the way you're doing it right now, you're just going to end up falling over. And if you don't have any help, Aries, ask for it. Look for help. Because I see for some of you, like, you do, like, you run your own business and it's just you. I think it might be time for you to look at hiring help. Hiring, like, yeah, it looks like it's time for you to hire out. It looks like it's time for you to, like, find someone to help you before you fall over, or before you permanently lose your spark for this. Because for some of you, once you lose that spark, it's not going to come back. And so I definitely think for some of you, it's time to A, put a bit of time into yourself, and B, it's time to look for help if you need help. Because I think a lot of you need help. Page of Wands in reverse. Like, look at all these reversals, Aries. What is the Fool in reverse? The Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's like, stop thinking you can do it all. Stop it. Two of Swords. The Magician in reverse. And the World. I think, it's time to review the situation. I think it's time for you to look at where to go from here. Because I think a lot of you either A, need to level up your business, in which turn you need to start hiring people to come, you need to start hiring people to work for you, to help lighten the load. And for others of you, it's time for you to kind of like decide whether or not this is something that you still want to do or not, moving forward. I don't particularly like that Magician in reverse, though. I think some of you will end up no longer doing whatever it is you're doing. Whether you work for a company or you work for yourself, I think some of you will decide it's, not for you anymore, and you'll move on to other things. Whereas others of you, I kind of see you finally realizing that you need help. And you can't do it all. The Tower, there's that understanding. The Tower in reverse. The Eight of Swords in reverse. And the Queen of Cups in reverse. You can free yourself at any moment. And I think that this, gaining this understanding that either A, you need help, or B, this is no longer what you want to do, this is no longer your journey, is really freeing for you. The Nine of Swords. Yeah. The King of Swords in reverse. And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You have a lot of reversals here, guys. I'm a little concerned and a little shocked here, to be honest. Like, why do you have all of these reversals? I'm like, where are the, like, normal cards? Where are the uprights? Girl, there are uprights in here. Tower, Eight of Swords, Queen of Cups. That's freeing yourself. That's freeing yourself from something that you no longer want to put time, effort, or energy into. The Nine of Swords, no longer thinking about things. The King of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like once you free yourself, you no longer have to think about like all of these things that have been worrying you. Not having to worry about all of these things like that have been stressing you out, that have been like keeping you up at night. Four of Cups in reverse. The Four of Pentacles in reverse. And the Two of Cups. Look. Some of you definitely need to find help. Some of you definitely need to find help. And some of you definitely need to move on to other things. Because for those of you that need help, there's help there. Like Two of Cups, there is help there. Okay. Hierophant, Emperor, and Ace of Swords, yeah. I think it's finally time for you to finally take sovereignty. It's time for you to finally take... sovereignty is not the right word. It's finally time for you to take control, right? It's time for you to take control. It's time for you to step up into this leadership role. You own your business. Own it, right? Time to get help, guys. Time to get help. Time to, you know... ask for help if you need it. Time to, because this is something that you want. You know, if this is something that you want that's going to be long term, you need to look for help. And for others of you where you move on, whatever you move on to is something that you authentically want to do, is something that you have a lot of integrity into and truth into, and you may end up like working in something where you need to communicate a lot. It's very long term though with the Hierophant. The Emperor is something, it tells me it's something that you know what you need to do. There's the Four of Swords. But you just need to work on your... You just need to open up, right? Look for help. And spend some time in self-care, y'all. Right, let's wrap this up with some final messages. We have forgiveness. A crushed flower still gives off a sweet scent. We have dare, take a risk and fly. We have share. The busy bee still makes time for each flower. We have change. As with the falling leaves, embrace change. And we have patience. Wait for the fruit to ripen. So that's what I've got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check me out on Instagram and Facebook. I will leave a link in the description below. But that is all I have for you guys this month. Good luck, guys. Definitely practice self-care. If you need help, look for help, guys. It's going to be really important for you guys. But yeah, that's all I've got for you. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.